Hey, I'm Dan Hayden with Caldwell Banker, and here we go again, taking a look at the open houses that are coming up this weekend in the neighborhoods that make up the Penn Delco School District. The house you're seeing behind me is a new listing of mine. We were supposed to have it open this weekend, but we ran into a little scheduling problem, so I'll get you more info on this one for next weekend. But also, before we get into the opens, interest rates are crazy low right now. The Fed dropped their rate a half a point, which that's the number that the banks borrow between each other. And you're asking me, why are we talking about this? It has an effect on the mortgage market. At one point this week, we saw interest rates, 30-year fixed at 2.5%. That didn't last more than a day. But we're right now, I got an email from a couple of different mortgage folks I work with. We're in like the 3.125 to 3.2 on a 30-year fixed rate loan. You're going to have more buying power today than you've ever had and may ever have again. Of course, I said the same thing when we hit 5 and then 4. So who knows? All right, we're going to get started on Saturday. This is it. We've got 12 opens altogether this weekend, but only this one on Saturday. This is 400 Camelot Drive. It's a new listing here in Camelot Estates. 1,900 square foot split level. You're looking at 4 bedrooms, a bath and a half. This one's crazy well staged. The pictures are fantastic. You really need to go check that out in the description below. Whoever staged this place did a phenomenal job. Okay, now we're on to Sunday. We're looking at the new construction here on Sickles Lane. We've seen them up before. It's 1330 and 1350. And obviously new construction, it's going to be at the top end of what the area will allow. So if you're, in that $450,000 to $500,000 price point, this is really where you want to go for Penn Delco. Not a whole lot open else in that price point. So feel free to take a look. They'll be there from 11 to 2. And if you can't make the weekend, obviously reach out. We'll set up a private showing that fits your schedule better. All right, next up, we have a listing that hasn't gone live on the internet yet. We're talking about 1680 Hillcrest Lane. Again, this one's going to start showing on Sunday. So Saturday night, Sunday morning is when the listing will actually appear on the internet. So, keep an eye out in the comments section for links to the site as it comes up Sunday morning. I'll get that posted. 1,900 square foot split level, 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths. It's got a beautiful screened-in deck. Unfortunately, we can't see any of the photos just yet. In-ground pool. When it does go live, the listing agent's got about 30 pictures in there for you to leaf through. It's well worth your time to take a look at that. They did a fantastic job. Okay, we're moving on to something familiar now. This is 7 Vin Smith. We've seen it a bunch of times at this point. It's going to be open, what do we have here? 1 to 3 on Sunday. This is the one that's owned by a real estate pro in the state of Pennsylvania. So please, I encourage you to go to the description and click on the link for the Pennsylvania Consumer Notice. The link's going to take you right to the Pennsylvania Association, easy for me to say, Pennsylvania Association of Realtors website, and you're one more click to the PDF for the Pennsylvania Consumer Notice. You want to check out the different forms of agency. In this one, seller agency, buyer agency, something like this. You really want to consider having a buyer's agent because you can't have the seller representing you on the buying of their own home. It's kind of a little tough to handle there. All right, moving right along, we're going to be at my 140 Braca Lane this weekend, 1 to 3. My good friend and longtime colleague, Sherry Bramble, is going to be there helping me out. If you didn't get a chance last weekend, obviously we're open again this weekend. It's a nice big 1,900 square foot colonial, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Nice big backyard. It does have a media post office, but it is in Aston Township, so it's Penn Delco Schools, and you call 911 and Aston PD and Aston Fire are going to respond. Nice big house here, plenty to see. If you can't make it on the weekend, let me know and we'll set up a private showing for you. Okay, next is 117 Edgar Avenue. They're going to be there from 1 to 3. We've seen this one before. It's been opened before. It's still kind of close to that original list price, which is kind of concerning since they've been on the market since November. It's a 2,400 square foot colonial. It's got that big 2-story addition off the back, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. there's a long list of recent upgrades that the listing agent has in the description for you. So to get all that, instead of having me read it off, just go ahead and click on the link and you can scroll through and see what they've done there. And moving right along, we've got 3031 Franciscan Way. This one will be here 1 to 3. It's another great Coldwell Banker listing. It's only back on the market due to some confusion with a previous buyer. 2,200 square foot Belinda Hinch Colonial, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, full finished basement. They've got a $5,000 price reduction. Click on the link. There's some great photos of this place. I think Shiloh's going to be there this weekend, but it could be somebody else from the team. Not sure. But definitely stop in, say hi, and tell them Dad says hello. Next up, we've got 817 Lincoln Drive back in Brookhaven. This one's 1 to 3. My friend Karen Dauber's got this one listed. It's another new one from her over in Dutton Mill Estates. You've got an 1,800 square foot, 3-bedroom, bath and a half. There's, again, a long list of improvements that have been made over the years. You can check out everything that Karen's got for you there in the listing description. Just go ahead and scroll through at your own pace. Chugging right along, we've got 55 Norman. This one we haven't seen for a few weeks. They just put it back up on the market after a 3-week break. It's a 2,200 square foot. It's that big ranch we had in the Ridge. It's got a huge addition off the bat. You can kind of see it here in the pictures. They've really overbuilt this place. There was something new I wanted to point out too. Oh yeah, this one's now being sold as is. So they want the buyer responsible for the UNO, which is okay. Just let me know if you have any interest or just want to know. Reach out and I can send you what Aston looks for when they do that code enforcement check to issue that use and occupancy permit. Okay, we're winding down with yet another new listing. This one's 31 Penn's Court. It's in the village of Northley. It's 1,400 square foot end unit townhouse. So you have 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. So you've got a little bit of open space here, and then that's the neighbor's yard, and Concord Hills is behind here. It's got a crazy low HOA fee of $250 per year. That's $250 per year, not per month. But again, with that, you're shoveling your own snow and you're cutting your own grass. It's got a great patio out back, nice private setting there, very relaxing, and none of the typical HOA stuff. They're self-managed, so there's nobody driving around looking for violations. Just a great little community if you're looking for a townhouse but don't want to have to put up with an HOA. This is the neighborhood for you. And last up this weekend, we've got 216 Robin Hood Lane. It's a big 1,100 square foot ranch, full basement, sits on a 1/4 acre. It's got a fenced in yard, 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. It's going to need some updating to fit your taste, but we can make that happen pretty easily. It's well worth your time to take a look at that one. And again, every home we've talked about, except for the one coming soon, the link's going to be in the description. I'll be adding the link for that coming soon Sunday in the comment section on, just follow this thread, click back to my site, and you'll find it there, no problem. And that's about it. That wraps it up. Until next weekend, I'm happy to help you take a look at anything you like, whether it's in Penn Delco, anywhere else in Delaware County, Chester County, or Newcastle County, Delaware. And of course, if you know somebody who's thinking about selling with these crazy low rates and buyer demand that was already high before the rates just hit the floor, now is a fantastic time. So please reach out. I'm happy to help you, your friends, coworkers. That's how I make my living. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you next weekend.